Hello everybody, it's Enrico Merlin here, and today I'm here again to talk with you about Miles Davis and his records, and I already made a couple of pills. One was dedicated to Beach's Brew, the second one was dedicated to On a Corner, and today I want to talk to you about a record that I really love since many years. So, what is this record? This record is an original soundtrack that Miles Davis composed and recorded in December, in the night between December 4 and 5 in Paris, 1957. And the title of the movie and of the record is Ascenseur pour l'échafaud, Lift to the Scaffold. And this is a record that I included in my book about the history of 20th century, about the Western music, and it's the record number 235, and this is the record before is Dina Simone, Little Girl Blue, and the record before is Thelonious Monk with John Coltrane, you see, and the record after is Machito, Kenya. So this is a chronological order of the most innovative record of last century. So, sorry. And this book is, unfortunately, is just in Italian, but I'm looking a publisher in USA. If you know anybody interested in publishing, it's a big book, as you know, as you see, it's 4 million characters. And also, I speak about this in another book of mine, which is about this record, which is Miles Davis 59, because in January of 59, there was a review of the movie, and I collected all these posters, movie posters, and this was the Italian release. And so what's the story about this record? So you have to know that, probably you know, many of you, if you are Miles Davis music lovers, that Miles Davis was called to make this soundtrack. So he arrived in Paris and he decided to make the recording session with Barney Whelan on saxophone and Kenny Clarke on drums, that at that time was living in Paris, and with René Outreger and Pierre Michelot, who played with him in 1956 during the tour with Lester Young, European tour. So he knew that people could make something really special. So he arrived at the studio recording studio, and so Louis Malle, the movie director, and the staff asked him about the music, and he say, I didn't wrote anything. How's possible? So what do we do? I want to see the movie. So that was, and so they showed him the movie, and Miles simply started to give instructions to the musicians, and so out of the blue, the music came out. Isn't that incredible? This was mainly a modal approach to music. So there are very simple structures. And between a system of science, that musical science that Miles was using at that time, he was studying, I wrote an article about that called The Coded Phrases. You can find it in the Peter Losing website, and he started to guide the band through the story of the movie to create something that was completely improvised. This is the genesis of what he will develop 2 years later, 1.5 years later, in Kind of Blue. So this record is really seminal, is very, very important, more than what we usually think about, because this was really something that was never tried before on record. And also, in a certain way, this kind of working progress to create the music directly in front of the screen, watching to the movie for the first time, with the magnificent ideas of Miles Davis, it was a way to update the old piano accompaniment of the silent movies, you know. But this was done in completely different ways. And when you see the actors in the movie, the story, everything blend together and in an incredible way with this wonderful black and white, I would say gray and white, and it's everything is incredible, and you brought in a complete different dimension. And what else I can say? That the story of the record, I really went through this record for the first time. The music from this record was when I bought this when I was a little child. I think I was 15, something like that, and was called Jazz Track. And there was the main songs that are tracks that are in the movie, and then we have on the B side 3 tracks from the -- recording session, in which the Kind of Blue band with Philly Joe Jones instead of Jimmy Cobb, they recorded 3 standards with Bill Evans on piano on Green Dolphin Street, Fran Dance, and Stay by Starlight. Fran Dance was dedicated to Francis Taylor Davis, you know. And then when these CDs came out, it was a big holiday, big feast for every one of us, because it was containing all the, well, you cannot see here, but all the alternate takes without reverb. So it was incredible. So this is the record to buy. Obviously, I couldn't resist, and so I found this one, which is a single of 35 RPM with some of the songs, with the main songs, and also one of the tracks is also present in this record, which is All Feel Those Low, with music that with Claude Bolling Sextet on the A side, and the second one we have a track from. But then the complete edition was also released on this wonderful LP, a double LP with all the alternate tracks, alternate takes. But the real holy grail is this one, which is a replica of the original 10 inches, 3 inches, 10 inches, sorry. And this is incredible sound, wonderful sound. If you are also audiophile, you will really appreciate that. And yes, there are only a few. My friend Franco, DJ Huber from Zurich, is one of the greatest collector I know of the Ascenseur pour les Scaffold, and probably he will come here showing us his wonderful cornucopia of editions. So thank you, everybody. I hope you like my work, and I'm trying to make these things in English for the first time. I'm usually talking Italian, so please be patient with some of my errors. And if something is not clear or you want to know more, please write me, and I will be happy to get in touch with you about Miles Davis or any other musicians you love. Probably one of the next pills will be dedicated to Frank Zappa or Ry Cooder or Lowell George, I don't know, or Arnold Schoenberg, I don't know. But maybe now Miles Davis, number 3, and this is the 4th pill. The first one was dedicated to Wayne Shorter. So thank you very much, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.